Hello, 305. So I am just going to show you what is expected of you for next week. You're going to go to Google Classroom like you usually do, and you're going to go into My Classroom, just like always. Um, so just similarly to how we've been working this week, of how all of your assignments were under the week of April 6th assignments, it's going to be the same type of situation, except it's going to say April 13th through April 17th. Now, please don't be overwhelmed. This is from my end, so it's going to look a little overwhelming because things are scheduled and everybody has a different reading and activity. So your screen will look a lot less than mine, but just for the video purposes, you're going to have to see it from my end. So the first thing that you're going to go to is you're going to think about what your group is. Okay. So if you are amazing, brilliant, fantastic, or magnificent, you have your own checklist. Okay. So it says amazing's responsibilities, brilliant, fantastic, magnificent. Because you're all in different groups, you all have different needs, you all have different assignments. So let's say I was in magnificent. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click my magnificent checklist, and this will tell you everything that you need to do for the entire week. Okay. So, for some weird reason, if I can't remember what group I'm in, which you should know because you've been practicing it, you've been in pretty much the same groups, unless you've moved in January. But if you can't remember, just click the link and it'll tell you exactly what group you're in. Okay? So, I'm in Magnificent. The first thing that I need to do is I need to do a close reading poetry. Okay? Just like we would do close reading in class, you're going to do close reading here. Everything that's expected of you in class is what's expected of you that you have to do at home. Okay? So, I'm going to go to the close reading poetry for the week. Okay? I'm going to click it and it says it'll bring me right to the PowerPoint. Okay? So just for these purposes, I'm going to put it in present mode. You might want to read it in present mode and then go back in and type your responses, whichever is easiest for you. So I'm going to go to present. You are only responsible for day 1 through 5 this week. It will tell you exactly what week you're responsible for. Please do not do the entire packet. That is insane. Just do this week's, okay? Just like we would have in class, how you have more than 1 week in your packet, same type of situation. So here's where it says April 13th to April 17th. This is what you would be doing. Everything is due on Friday. So if you look right up here, it says day 1. Your responsibility for day 1 is just to read the poem. Then day 2, your activity would be thinking about your characters. Here is where you're thinking about the characters in the poem and you are responding to the questions. So you're going to click directly underneath where it says type here and you're going to type. Day 3, you would be visualizing. Obviously, I can't ask you to draw a picture on the Chromebook, so I trust you. Get a piece of paper out and sketch your visualization of what you've been working. And you should know how to do that because we've been working on it in class. Basically, you're just making a picture inside of your head as to what is going on inside the poem. Then day 4 is you're making inferences. You're going to be answering the question there. And day 5 is making connections. Okay, if I continue, I see it says April 20th to 24th. I'm going to stop because that's for next week. So I do not need to do that. If you go over here and you're one of my friends who may struggle to read that on your own, Ms. Vias has created a video for you and it will explain everything that you need to do. She just read it to you. So you would click it, push play.
Good morning, boys and girls.
And you would just listen. Okay? Everything is read to you just to give you a little bit extra support if you need it. Okay? So then I need to do word work activities for the week. You're not going to see every single word work for the week because it's assigned to you. You will see Monday on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday on those appropriate days. So word work, same type of deal. You're going to click the Google Slides that you have here and you're going to do your assignment for word work. If you're one of my friends who needs a video, if you need to hear it, it's right here as well. Okay. Then here's where it gets a little tricky. So same type of thing as what we would do in class. If you're magnificent, you see myself, you see Miss Steinberg, and you see Miss Vias for guided reading. You see all 3 of us. So you need to see all 3 of us for guided reading here. So what I would do is I'm going to go on and it's going to say magnificent guided reading. And in parentheses, it says McDermott. This is my assignment to you. This week we're working on main idea. If you're one of my friends, you might hear, I might have put on a voiceover where I read it to you. If you're not, you might just not need that accommodation, and that's fine. So either way, you're going to have all of the activities that I want you to do underneath. Miss Vias will post hers as well. If you see Miss Steinberg, she has her own section that says Miss Steinberg, and she has her assignments there. You are expected to do myself, Miss Steinberg, and Miss Vias if that's what's on your checklist. Okay? You will also have a weekly mini lesson activity. So your mini lesson activity will come, it will say Monday mini, well, you don't have a mini lesson on Monday because you do your word work on Monday, but you will have Tuesday mini lesson activity, Wednesday mini lesson activity, and that Tuesday will come on Tuesday, Wednesday will come on Wednesday, Thursday will come on Thursday. Okay? Then you also have your weekly writing. It's going to turn, this week is really just for you to get comfortable with what's on the computer, really getting used to writing, capitalization, non-negotiables for the computer. So you're going to have it right here. Next week, we're going to get into our writing assignment. So you're going to have to get used to, instead of writing in your notebooks, you're just going to be writing on Google Slides so that we can have conferences back and forth that way. Okay, then the expectation is you're still doing digital content for 15 minutes for the week. That's not too much. Find some time to fit it in. Lexia, iReady, or Freckle, up to you, and independently reading. I put some approximate timing of your responsibilities for you on here. So everybody works at a different pace, but for the most part, your close reading each day should take you no longer than 20 minutes. Your word work for the day should take you no more than 10 minutes. Guided reading every day. So if you read your passage and you choose to answer one or two questions and then go back to it the next day, or if you choose to do the entire lesson in one day, that's perfectly fine. But I broke it up. Let's say you choose to do a little bit each day. On your form, you can edit after you submit it. So let's say you decide to do questions 1 and 2, and then the next day on Tuesday, you want to do questions 3 and 4. All you would have to do is hit edit after submit, and you can go back into it. That should take you about 15 minutes a day. Okay, so that's going to bring you to 40 minutes of responsibility every single day. And then once a week, you're expected to independently read, use your digital content, and do your mini lesson. Your mini lesson activity is going to be every single day, so I should move that up here. But still, it should only take about 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes tops. Okay, your writing is a separate block, so that'll take you about 15, 20 minutes a day. It should take you no longer than an hour and a half. If you are spending an exceptional amount of time on ELA every single day, I need you to reach out to us to let us know so we can figure it out. We do not want you spending 5 hours a day on this. Okay, I know it takes some of you a lot longer to do the work in class, and that's fine. However, just let us know if you're struggling and we can figure it out. Okay. The only other thing I want to point out is make sure that you check your responsibility. So I showed you one who sees every single teacher, but if you're brilliant, you only see Miss McDermott. So your checklist is going to look a little bit different. Your checklist is going to see Miss McDermott's guided reading, and that's it. Okay, so whoever you see is going to be specifically on your checklist. All right, if you have any additional questions, please feel free to reach out to me and let me know. Okay, thank you.